These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Bruce via Wiser Now. Now we have heard from Iraq that certain airline flights, like Iraqi Air, is not allowed to fly internationally because they don't want the information to leak out until after this is a real thing for Iraq on Saturday. The flights will resume to some of the international markets that they're not serving it starting as early as noon Iraq time on Saturday. Mountain Goat says we have seen so many reforms already taking place, especially in the banking sector. Iraq is ready to join the WTO and is moving into the final stage. So we will wait for the coordinating framework or the largest parliamentary bloc to submit a request to the parliamentary presidency to hold a session to pass the President of the Republic. Sampson article quote, in Basra, demonstrators storm the office of the Iraqi parliament. Militiaman article quote, Iraq calls for launch of common market and unified agricultural calendar among Arab countries. In other words, we are going to bring purchase with power with a concerted effort into the region. All will be on the same page with regional trade exchanges. They are using terms like added value and easing costs, all timed into a calendar, all interlinking at the same time. In my opinion, a shoulder to shoulder on the matter. Caparoni article quote, protesters in Baghdad took down concrete barricades and moving towards green zone, chanting against the foreign influence on Iraqi politics and calling for dissolution of the parliament, unquote. Mark Xavier PDK, out of Iraq, we see more quote unquote peaceful protests as they let their voices be heard over the seating of the new government and what they will accept. There has been a backlash a few days ago when the folks were storming the parliament. I'm being told that vote is now scheduled for Monday. I'm being told by my contacts in the Kurdish region that things look extremely positive. Kazemi is continuing to talk about rates continue to be a conversation in the news. We do not know what the rate is yet. We just know they have it ready when they pull the trigger. We've been told many times by the CBI that they do not need the government to pull the trigger. Frank 26, we've been waiting and waiting for the announcement of a new government. We see the articles from Kazemi telling us a new government is coming. We even see where Kazemi said there are 3 things we're going to deal with the moment we set our government, and the number 1 thing is the exchange rate of our currency. Walking Stick via Frank 26, the protests that happened in the green zone, that's what needed to happen. Tivan article quote, Customs announces the start of the electronic customs declaration. Tivan is saying they're ready for the big leagues. Now they are 100% confident in their new electronic fingerprint. The CBI has already given their deadline. SWIFT gave their deadline. Total their deadline. This is pretty much a done deal. Frank 26 article quote, how did the green zone wake up after the Sadr stormed? Frank 26 is saying how? When Kazemi came out and told the citizens, stand back, I have your new exchange rate. All right, Jeff says we're down to a small little window of time for them to revalue the currency. They could do it anytime within the next few weeks. We're very close right now to the rate change. It does not appear to be that far away. Remember, this investment is very hard to gauge and pin down because what we're looking for is for them to form the government. Sampson article quote, the United Nations mission in Iraq calls for calm. The escalation is very worrying. And lastly, Mark Z via PDK, they know how much money is in circulation. We're already figured into the equation for when the currency changes. They have figured into a reasonable rate currency for currency printed when they have changed the value. I have had way too many people involved in this tell me that the rates are set. Rates are pre-negotiated. Everything is all worked out to give you the maximum rates, and I do believe it.